Good morning, hockey fans, and welcome to today's Midwest High School Hockey League broadcast between the visiting Lincoln Stars and your Dubuque Saints. Debut warm-ups are just about completed. We'll be underway here in about 15-20 seconds. Well, warm-ups are complete. Puck's down and underway. Troush plays it up the boards. Lincoln immediately rejects it and sends it back into the zone. Anders back behind the net. Spins away from one. Spins again. Runs into two Lincoln players behind the net. Now Fugger will play it up to Michael Poles. Poles across the red line. Tyler Randall into the zone now. Played over to the near side. Lincoln will break it out to center ice. Taken away by Anders. Find some space in the middle. Shot. Saved by the goaltender. This is the goalie that started the game yesterday, and I can't remember his name from that. Stars. Fisher. Dubuque now up the far side. Fugger will dump it in. Saved by Fisher. Down to the corner. Lincoln now back out to neutral ice. Into the attacking zone. That dumps it in. Over to King. Shot. Saved by Freihofer. Holds on for a whistle. Face off to come to the right of Freihofer. Puck's down. Lincoln gets it back to the blue line. Jumps over the stick. Troush raises it down. Gets pinned up against the boards. Gets it into the zone though. Knocked off Landon Lund's stick, and the Lincoln Stars will go the other way. Shot from the top of the circle. Blocked there by the D. Kicks back to the point. Waddick fumbles it along the boards. Lincoln takes it away. Sends it towards the corner. Back behind the net it goes. Trapped around to the far side. Lincoln controls it there. Now played out to the middle. Played to the far side. Carter Molenkamp battles for it there. He'll play it ahead to Troush. Knocks it out to neutral ice and goes for a change. Played all the way down to the corner. Molenkamp will dig it out. Wraps it around the boards to Maddox Mitchell. Knocked back down in the corner. Waddick behind the net. Gets it over to Molenkamp. Played ahead to Cooper Smith, and he'll fire it out of the zone. Waddick sends it all the way the length of the ice. No icing. Lincoln around the far side. Knocked off the boards by Smith. Max Mitchell in the slot. Loose puck collected by Lincoln, and they'll bring it back out to neutral ice. In the attacking zone, LC forces him to the corner. Now goes to the hands. Plays the puck. Kick back to the Lincoln blue line. Shot. Three deflected in front. Kick now to the near boards. Mitchell again tries to pull it off. Comes back to Carter Meehan, who flips it out to center ice. Cooper Smith has it taken away. Knocks it back out to center ice, though. Played back to the Lincoln D. Mishandled there. It's Wyatt Powell pushing the issue down in the corner. Got Hugh Banks with him. Lincoln D to D out of the zone. Carter Meehan races it down the middle of the goal line. Plays it over to Elsie. Now played back into the Duke zone. Meehan's got it there. Again, back behind the net. Over to Elsie. Played up ahead. Lincoln's got it at the red line. Knocked back into the offensive zone. Spins away here. Meehan in the corner. Collected by Waddick. Waddick will play it around the boards. Back to the point. Lincoln fires it back in. Off the end wall. Meehan tries to send it back out. Back to the Lincoln point. They'll go D to D to the far side. Shot. Saved by Freihoffer. Top of the circles. Lincoln's got it there. Taken away by Orr. Plays it up ahead. Battled there by Waddick. Orr and Waddick in front of the scores table. Now squirts loose into the defensive zone for Dubuque. Elsie pins the man up against the wall. Continues to ride him all the way down to the corner. Now sent back to the Lincoln point. Shot. Deflected in front. Loose. Brandt with a nice save to hold on. 10:27 left in the first period. Good. Tyler Randall to the draw. Duke wins the faceoff, advances it out to neutral ice, gets it up ahead, just out of the reach of Jack Fugger. Fugger down to the end wall, picked up by Lincoln, and they'll spin it back up to center ice. Dumped back in by Anders Hill. Lincoln will go D to D, back up to the neutral zone. Taken away by Anders, plays it off to Jack. Jack back up to Anders again. Lincoln D to D, and they'll force it out the other side. Bowles tries to chip it around. It's knocked down by Lincoln. Back behind him. They blind and lost sight of it for a second. They give Brent Freihoffer time to check his shorts. Played up through center ice. Michael Poles now sends it towards the net. A little out of his reach. Fisher gets it and sends it back up center ice. Lincoln the other way, 3-on-2. Knocked away by Waddick. Played up ahead to Poles. Now Randall scoops it up. He'll rush it into the zone. Cuts across the middle of the ice. All the way to the corner. Failed to get a shot off there. Fugger now in the corner. Gets it to Randall in the slot. Back to Molenkamp. Bangs it in. Blocked in front by the D. Lincoln fires it towards the net. Goes back behind Freihofer. Waddick scoops it up there. Leaves it for Randall. Randall reverse back behind the net again. Head to Landon Lund. Lund chips it up into the defensive zone. Now played out to the far side. Waddick has it there. Over to Mullenkamp. Back to Waddick. Head, Dubuque shot. Fired wide of the net. Karam's off to the near boards. Play it out to the red line. Waddick's got it there. Sends it back in again. Now played off to the far side. Lincoln carries it into the attacking zone. Pass, redeflected, back behind the net. Back to the Lincoln point. Shot, high and wide. Karam's off to the near boards. Lund forces it back to neutral ice. Lincoln goes D to D. And they're back on the attack right away. Lincoln's wasting no time transitioning out of the defensive zone. It's like clockwork. Played ahead by Dubuque. Shot, saved by Fisher, loose in front, scooped up and played to the boards. Lincoln will work it out to neutral ice. Madison Mitchell runs him down from behind. Held in the Lincoln zone. Now finally played back out center ice. Quick back on the transition. They'll dump it in, go for a change. Meehan behind the net to get it. Sends a pass up to Cooper Smith. Tries to get it off to Wyatt Powell. Couldn't quite handle it. Now Lincoln down to the near corner. Played back behind the net. Kicked out in front. Nice block by Elsey. Meehan ridden hard into the corner. Thrown back to the point. Shot. Saved by Freihofer. He'll cover for a whistle. Cooper Smith will head off. Waddick in for the draw. Wins it back to Lincoln. Lincoln shot. Wide of the net. Bouncing puck collected in the corner. Sent up the near boards. Lincoln D to D just outside the zone. Oh, had Eubanks on the break. And we'll get an offsides call on this end of the ice. Played back to Dubuque. Honors Hill dumps it into the zone. Lincoln tries to send it out the far side. It's taken away by Orr in the corner. Lincoln now back behind the net. Sets up again. Breaks it out to the near side. Play back. Honors holds it at the point. Shot. Saved by Lincoln. They'll go back behind the net. Now knocked back in by Waddick. Ooh, that was a shot to the head. There the call finally comes. Dubuque will get its first power play on the cross-checking call on Lincoln. So we'll see Fugger, Cole, Smith, Randall, and Anders Hill. Face off to come to the left of Fisher. Puck's down. Gets it back to Poles at the blue line. He'll spin. Long cross ice pass to Fugger in the corner. Jack gets it back. Broken stick there for Tyler Randall. Randall picks it up. He'll race it back down the ice. Saints got him a little bit of disadvantage here. Randall into the zone. Comes off his stick. Huger tries to get it. Picks it up. Goes down the wall. Back behind the net. He circles. Worked off the puck there.
At 6:03 left in the first. 2 minutes for cross check.
Now played all the way outside the zone. Anders will fire it up from behind the net. Gets it over to Cooper Smith. Cooper over to Tyler Randall. Randall weaves his way through center ice into the attacking zone. Ridden hard into the corner. Tied up there. Poles gets it. Gets it back to Jack Huger at the blue line. Over to Anders Hill. Anders shot. Deflected in front. Wide of the net. Lincoln has it. They'll bomb it back all the way to the length of the ice. Now it's Anders back behind the net. He'll spin us up. Still 20 seconds left in this power play. One more opportunity. Played all the way up ahead. Into the attacking zone. Dubuque drags it down to the goal line. Sending pass. Bounces back to Carter Molenkamp. Lincoln will feed it the other way. Races on. Fired just wide. Lincoln still battle for it. Now Carter Molenkamp walks it from behind the net. Tries to play it at the boards. Into the zone. Lincoln has it now. Drives it down to the goal line. Centering pass. Goes unconnected. Elliot Trush is on the far side. He'll try and work it out of the zone and does. Gets it ahead. Taking off the Dubuque stick on the far side. Battle for in the corner now. Played out to Lincoln at neutral ice. Works their way into the zone. Fires it a little hard, a little wide. Molenkamp gets it ahead. Lincoln bombs it in from the blue line. Back behind the net of Freihoffer. Behind the net it goes again. Molenkamp plays it back. Lincoln on the near side. Tries to walk it out in front. Goal. Yeah. Puck's down. We're back underway as I finish setting up my scoreboard. Here we go. Played back to Owen Troush in the defensive zone. We don't have the color right on the Saints jersey. Fix that. There we go. There we go. Shots are 6-5 in favor of Lincoln with 2:41 left in the first period. We'll get Wyatt Powell in for the faceoff.
At 3:03 left in the first. Lincoln goal by number 23, assisted by
Back to Owen Troush. Troush plays it over to Anders Hill. Anders works it up to the red line, dumps it into the zone. Back behind the Lincoln net. Ridden off the puck hard there by Maddox Mitchell. Sent it through the middle. Cooper Smith can't quite finish it. Plays it back to the point. Troush throws it for the front. Nice save by Fisher and net. Now played back to the middle. Loosened in. Lincoln will advance it out to neutral ice. Played through the middle. Knocked away by Troush. Battle for in the slot. Loose puck. Kept out by Freihoffer. Still a man in the crease. Shot. Loose in front again. They'll wrap it around and a goal. Saw that one coming. So 2-0 with 1:51 left in the second or first period. Puck's down, controlled by Lincoln in their own defensive zone. Huger takes it away. Lincoln takes it back. Lincoln advances it out to neutral ice. Taken away by Tyler Randall again. We'll play it around the near side. Long cross ice pass. Work down below the goal line. Lincoln's got it there. Play it out. Hit towards the net. Fired wide. Lincoln collects the rebound. Redirects it into the chest of Freihoffer. Holds on for the whistle. Puck's down. Thrown by Lincoln. They'll fire it on the net. It's blocked by Fugger. Fugger and Poles down the other way. Gets over to Poles in the middle. Shot. Saved by Fisher. Loose squirts wide of the net. Now played out the far side by Lincoln. They'll get it out to neutral ice. Elsie back to get it. Plays it off the boards. It's knocked back in. Lincoln down to the corner. Sends it out to the slot. Loose in front. Fired wide of the net. Picked up by Meehan. Meehan plays it back behind the net to Elsie. Elsie forces it up the boards. Held in at the blue line by Lincoln. A battle to keep it in there. Excuse me. Michael Poles has it just outside his own blue line. Played in. Bad change by Dubuque. Shot wide of the net, just barely. Lincoln forces it down to the slot. It's cleared out by number 20. Send in. Shot. Saved by Freihoffer. Couple saves there. And that'll do it on our first period. So after one, scores 2-0. Puck's down and we're underway. Lincoln controls it in their own zone. Played off the boards. Back to the Dubuque defensive zone. Mullenkamp back to get it. Goes back down the net. He'll cycle it there. Leave it for Waddick. Waddick plays it to the boards. It's taken away by Lincoln. Waddick fights to get it back. Now played back to the point. Bouncing puck. Taken away by Elliot Troush. Spins it to the far side. Just off the stick there. Lincoln will race to get it behind the goal line. Played back behind the net. Knocked to the Lincoln slot where they'll collect it. Long cross-ice pass connected there. Back behind the net. Troush has it. Worked out to the boards. Taken away by Lincoln. Sent back in. Waddick now clears the zone. Bouncing puck out to center ice. Lincoln's got it there on their own blue line. Played ahead. Into the attacking zone. Mullenkamp's got it now. Knocked off his stick up the boards. Taken away and fired the length of the ice for an icing. We got Wyatt Powell to the dot for the Saints. Puck's down. Won by Lincoln. High slot. Shot. Saved by Freihoffer. I'm not sure that's exactly how we expected the play or the face-off play to go. Puck's down. Played ahead to Mitchell. Knocked back in the zone. Now out to center ice. Lincoln will carry it into the zone. Top of the circle shot. Blocked in front by Troush. Now played around back behind the net, thrown out in front. Nobody home. Lincoln's got it at the blue line. They'll work it to the near side. Shot saved by Freihofer. Works around to the corner. Lincoln takes it away there. Sends it through the slot. Nobody home. Back behind the net. Played back to the Lincoln point. Shot. Oh, bounces right across the goal face. Oh, and tries with a nice diving block. Cooper Smith will bring it out. Dumps it into the zone. It's wrapped around back behind the Lincoln net, but they'll pick it up. Sends it up the far side. Taken away there by Hugh Banks. He'll dump it back to Owen Troush. Troush plays it ahead to Orr. Now back to Lincoln at neutral ice. Sent into the zone. Elsie back to get it behind the net. She'll try and play it up the far side. It's taken away and banged back to the near corner. Back behind the net. Elsie's got it in the far side. Eubanks comes in, tries to knock it off the boards. Lincoln controls in the corner. They'll play it back to the point. D to D. Shot from the tops of the circles. Deflected in front. Kick to the corner. Lincoln back to the point again. Now they'll feed it down low. Back to the point. D to D. Top of the circles. Knocked just outside the zone by the Saints. Lincoln will regroup. Plays it right back in. Blocked in front. Now Troush finally gets it clear. No icing as the Lincoln player has the opportunity to play it. Into the zone comes Lincoln. Shot. Saved by Freihofer. Pops straight up in the air. Elsie takes it to the corner. Tied up in the corner in front of the Zam door, so Wanda blows the puck dead. We'll take a face-off 10 feet away. 11:13 left in the second period. Shots on goal favor Lincoln. 16-7 as they're up 2-0. Blocked in front. Rebound controlled by Freihofer. Back behind the nets, wrapped around to the near side. Hugers got it there. Hard off the boards. Works out to center ice. Michael Poles. One-on-one the other way. Shot fired high and wide. Collected in the corner by Lincoln. They'll play it out the near side. Long cross ice pass. Knocked down by Huger. Meehan's got it at the red line. Walks around one. Plays it to Poles, who gets it to Randall. Randall from the faceoff dots. It's knocked off his stick. Fed back down to the corner. Taken away by Lincoln. They'll play it across the ice in front of the scorer's table. Into the attacking zones. Wrapped around the net behind Freihofer. Picked up in the corner. Thrown out to the slot. Shot. Saved by Freihofer. Bats the rebound away. Poles will try and play it out. Held in at the point by Lincoln. Back behind the goal line. They'll try and send it out. It's knocked to the corner. Tyler Randall now races it down the ice. Centering pass. Straight up in the air. Randall hits the end boards kind of hard. Full of energy. He hustles his way to the bench though. Shot. Hits the side of the net. And we've got a kerfuffle. Looks like a Lincoln player has been shown the gate. So the referees will discuss. Apparently, my guess is that player said something or did something to the linesman. It's going to get him an abusive official, and his day's probably over. So at 9:52 left in the second period, Lincoln still holding a 2-goal lead. Discussion still going on with the refs as to what the call is going to be. Sorry about the dead air here, but it's early in the morning and it's cold. So waiting to see what the calls are. No one in either box, but the Lincoln player has been shown the gate. Five-minute major put up on the board for Lincoln. Number 13, who is Ethan Nickel.
Dubuque Saints will be on the Southwest Health power play. At 9:52 left in the second period, Lincoln's penalty on number 13, 5 minutes for head contact and a game misconduct.
Someone's got to serve the 5-minute penalty. All right, so we've got a 5-minute head contact. I'm guessing that comes with the punch that was thrown. So that player has been ejected. Number 13. Number 22 will be serving that penalty. Held in by Michael Poles. Plays over to Anders Hill. Anders gets it down low. Tyler Randall spins away from one. Gets it back to Anders. Played over to Michael Poles at the point. Sent through the slot. Nobody home. Lincoln's got it there. They'll bomb it out. Held by Randall. Now it's back to Anders at the blue line. Dumps off for Tyler Randall. Walks to the tops of the circles. Shot is deflected in front. Lincoln clears it out. Glove down by Anders. He'll take it right back in. Gets it off to Cooper Smith. His shot is saved and kicked to the side. Lincoln will wrap it around the far side. Can't be held in by Anders Hill. Now it's Anders down in the corner. Tries to throw it to the middle. Loose puck is knocked away by Lincoln. Fed over to the far side. Hill's got it there. Sends it on net. Well done for a whistle. Puck's down. Battle for in the corner. Charles tries to dig it out. He's got two Lincoln players just manhandling him. Spin back to Meehan. He'll get it back to Carter Molenkamp at the point. gets it over to the far side. Shot fired through the crease, wide of the net. Carams all the way back to the bench area. Molenkamp picks it up there. Plays it ahead, gets it ahead to Owen Troush. Loose puck taken away by Lincoln. They'll play it back to Molenkamp, sends it over to Meehan. Meehan carries it into the zone. Moves away from a couple. Now Lincoln tries to knock it out and does. Molenkamp at the red line. Molenkamp back behind the net now. Catches Owen Troush on the flyby. He'll advance it all the way up the ice. Skates offsides. So with still 2 minutes and 43 seconds left in the power play, we'll get Cooper Smith, Jack Fugger, Michael Pulse, Tyler Randall, Anders Hill. Randall to the dot. Lincoln controls. They'll win it back into their own zone. Into the corner. Lincoln sends it the length of the ice like a shuffleboard. Whitehofer stops it behind the goal line. Leaves it there for Anders. Anders picks it up. Cycles behind his own net. Anders works it all the way up through neutral ice into the attacking zone. Carries it wide, dumps it back to Poles. Poles gives it back up to Anders. It's kicked wide to Randall. Now play it all the way back. Fryehofer tees it up for Anders there. He'll work it back up the ice. Sends it off to the side to Cooper Smith. Cooper carries it on the far side into the zone. Back behind the net he goes. Wraps it around to Tyler Randall. Randall gives off to Hill. Back to Randall from the top of the circles. Shot or pass to the slot. Drop back to Anders Hill. Anders gives off to Michael. Sends it through the slot. Randall from the top of the circles fakes a shot. Carries it down below the goal line where he's knocked off the puck. Lincoln grabs it. Rimps around the boards. Anders back to get it. Knocked off his stick. Lincoln happy to just eat it in the boards. Sent out the far side. Fugger skates it through the middle. Into the attacking zone. He curls. Drops off from Molenkamp. Back to Fugger. Hits Molenkamp on the fly. Shot on net. Kicked wide by Michael Poles. Battled on the near boards. Fugger stops and starts. Throws it to the middle. Lincoln takes it away there. Molenkamp gloves it down. Tries to play it around one. Gets it back into the zone. Lund's got it there. Works it back behind the net. Kicks out to Meehan. Shot. Saved. Rebound kicked wide. Lincoln fairs it back. Meehan back to Carter Molenkamp. Molenkamp walks around one. Gives it to Meehan. Down low. Sent through the slot. Elliot Troush can't quite get a good firm stick on it. Struggles to stay on his feet over there. Lincoln will wrap it around the boards. Shot deflected in front. Pulls behind the net, sends it through the slot, nobody home. Goes the length of the ice. Molenkamp back to get it. He's chased wildly by Rose. Duke struggles to get it out of the zone. Our play's over. Wrapped around behind the net. Max Mitchell tries to knock it off the far boards. Lincoln controls, fires it into Mitchell's head. Knocked away by Molenkamp. Back to the point. Fired back below the goal line. Lincoln picks it up in the near corner. Plays it back to the point where it's blocked. Sent out to the far side. Nobody home over there. Lincoln collects it. Races it into the zone. Shot. Blocked in front. Sent through the middle. Held on for a whistle. Max Mitchell's going to spend 2 minutes in the box thinking about his past regressions. We get the power play unit, penalty kill unit of Owen Troush and Anders Hill. It's like Tyler Randall and Michael Poles joining them. So 4:09 left in the second period. Shots on goal favor Lincoln 19-9.
Dubuque on the doghouse daily grind penalty kill. At 4:09 left in the second, penalty on number 40, Maddox Mitchell.
Mitchell gets 2 minutes for hooking. Lincoln on the power play. Shot from the faceoff dot. Blocked by Owen Troush. Fed back to the middle. Randall will steal it. Send it to length of the ice. Michael Poles will come down. Forced to play. Lincoln carries it up. Poles pesters in the whole way. Taken away by Randall in the slot. Gets it over to Poles, just out of his reach. Poles pestered the whole way. Michael Poles is going to draw a penalty here. Lincoln's got it. Apparently Randall didn't touch it there. Seemed like he did. Sent cross ice. Lincoln gets it into the zone. Taken away by Dubuque and sent the length of the ice. Head contact is what Michael Poles is getting. That'll take a good portion of the rest of his day out. I do think Michael had to jump to make that head contact, but or we'll join Michael in the box, keep him company. Him and Maddox over there. One more for Euchre. So the Saints will be 3-on-5 for another minute. 3:08 left in the second period. Puts it down. Sent the length to the ice. Fisher stops it behind his net. They can all wind it up. Carried into the Lincoln zone from the slot. Shots. Saved by Freihoffer. Kick behind the net. Lincoln controls it. They'll get it back to the point. They'll go D to D over to King. King from the top of the circles. Weaves all the way down to the slots. Poked away by Anders Hill. Sent around the back of the net. Karam's all the way over to the far side. D spins back towards the blue line. Now from the top of the circle, shot. Onto the back of the net. Kicks off. To the slot. Taken away there. Tyler Randall will clear it out of the zone. Sends it the length of the ice. Bouncing puck on net. Controlled by Fisher. Lincoln's got it. And they'll carry it up the zone. Tested by Elliott Troush and Huber the whole way. Shot. Saved by Freihoffer. Banged out. Troush gets it out to neutral ice. Fed back into the Lincoln zone. Oh, a couple of nice poke checks there. Just didn't connect. Carter Mullenkamp knocks it to the corner. Huger's got it. Sends it the length of the ice. 1 minute, 30 seconds left in the second period. Lincoln will spin it up from behind their own net. Laid up in front of the Lincoln bench. Carried into the zone. Knocked loose by Troush again. Ooh, just out of the reach of Troush there. Had a shorthanded goal yesterday. Fired on net. Blockered away by Freihoffer. They'll play it to the near boards, and that'll do it on the power play. Saints successfully kill off the 5-on-3. Sent to the far side. Bouncing puck can't be controlled. They'll work it to the corner. Knocked back behind the net. Again, played back out into the front. Lincoln can't control, and it's Wyatt Powell. Tries to get it ahead. Huger will head to the bench for a change. Played to the slot. Cooper Smith sends it the length of the ice for an icing. So with just 33 seconds left in the second period, Lincoln holding a commanding 2-0 lead. Face up to come to the left of Freihoffer. Looks like we'll get Wyatt Powell into the dot for Dubuque. Puck's down. Lincoln controls back to the point. They'll send it towards the front of the net. It's blocked there by Waddick. Waddick takes it back behind the goal line. Sends it back to the corner. High off the glass. Gets it ahead to Mitchell. Can't quite get it out. Lincoln holds it in at the blue line. Plays it back down to Waddick. Now Mitchell sends it out. Lincoln D to D in front of their own blue line. Dumped into the zone. Meehan back to get it. Just 6 seconds left. Plays it back behind the net. Now worked back towards the corner by Waddick. And that'll do it on the second period here from Dubuque. Score after 2 is 2-0. Shots on goal, 22-10. We'll clean the ice, yell at the boys, try and get some life out of them for the third period. Underway here for the third and final period. Puck's down. Owen Troush plays it into the defensive zone. Brother Elliott battles for it there. Finally knocked away out to center ice. Lincoln controls it there. Taken away by the Troush boys again. Sent back behind the net. Anders Hill has it there. He'll work it up the slot. Right down center ice. Gets it ahead to Fugger. Knocked off the puck there. Puck rolls to the corner. Back behind the net. Tyler Randall knocks it off a stick. Loses control and gets it back out to center ice. Has to wait for everyone to tag up. Anders plays it over to Owen. Owen tries to send ahead. His pass is blocked. Now played again up into the offensive zone. You can't quite control it. Lincoln D to D in their own defensive zone. They'll walk it out to center ice. Hooped away by Cooper Smith. Sent back behind the net. Freihoffer stops it there. Dumped in by Anders Hill. Saved there by the Lincoln goaltender. Fisher is his name. Whoa, out in front. Goal! Elliott Troush! LA Kid. And it's 2-1 in favor of Lincoln. Troush cuts the lead in half. Send that to the third. Send it going.
Goal 86 and 13:32 left in the third.
Puck's down. Lincoln controls. Plays it out to the far side. Knocked into the zone by Dubuque. Lincoln counters. Takes it into their own offensive zone. Taken away by Lund. He'll send it back out to neutral ice. Lincoln plays it back to the defense. D to D. Works it up the near side. Mullenkamp plays it ahead. Scooped up there. Dubuque will race it into the zone. Knocked off a stick there. Just elbows flying everywhere. Long cross ice pass. That'll be icing. Troush's goal is unassisted at the 1:28 mark. We'll get Wyatt Powell into the dot. Wins it back. Lincoln scoops it up there. They'll race it through center ice. Tries to drive Elsie Sukuchov wide. Shot fired on Freihoffer. He'll hold on for a whistle. Puck's down. Powell sends it back to the point. Played to the net. Freihoffer knocks it back out. Loose in front. Now it's Powell up the ice. Drives it wide. Hits the brakes at the top of the circle. Max Mitchell comes in to help him out. Lincoln takes it away. 2-on-1 the other way. Meehan back. Rose drives him wide. Centering pass. Bouncing puck. Meehan knocks the net. 12:18 left in the first period. The Oaks are out to a 4-0 lead over Quad Cities in the Quad Cities. And it's 0-0 with the Lancers versus the Mammoth. Back to live action. Elliot Trout drives it wide. All the way down to the goal line. Tries to throw it out in front. Loose puck. Can't be slammed home. Now Owen Trout comes in and bangs in a rebound. Loose in front. Everybody shout at everybody. Twelve minutes left in the third period. Saints trail by 1. Shots on goal, 23-15 in favor of Lincoln. Definitely not the shooter's paradise we had yesterday. We'll get Tyler Randall to the dot. Lincoln controls the draw. Randall gets it back. It's knocked off his stick. Shot. Elliot Troush. Bouncing puck. Everything after the whistle here. Randall back to the dot. Back to neutral ice it comes. Otters Hill back to get it. He'll spin out to the far side. Plays it over to Troush. Blades it up to Randall. Left there for Fugger. Back to Randall. Rolls off Randall's stick back behind the net. Lincoln works it up the boards. Randall drops it there for Fugger. Fugger walks around 1, taken back by Lincoln. Junior Stars dump it into the zone. Otters Hill battles for it in the corner. Comes up the near wall. Squirts to the high slot. Lincoln shot. Fired wide. Lincoln sends it back into the zone. Chipped up into the stands. We'll get a whistle. 11 minutes left in the third period. Cooper Smith over to the boards. Taken away there by Lincoln. They'll work it up through center ice. Offsides. Offsides. I don't know that I'm awake up here, but I'm also very sure that some of these players on the ice aren't awake. Kind of a sleepwalking game. Puck's down. Hollenkamp's got it. Plays it up ahead. Dubuque through neutral ice. Into the attacking zone. Lincoln back the other way. Front of their benches. Long cross ice pass. That was offsides. We get Wyatt Powell to the dot for the faceoff. He's out there with Hugh Banks and Waddick. Dumped into the zone. Back behind Freihauer's net. Meehan back to get it. Lincoln wins the race. Taken away by Hugh Banks temporarily. Now work to the slot. Turned back away towards the boards. Hugh Banks battles for it there. Sent on net. Deflected wide. Elsie battles for it in the corner. Waddick comes over to help him out. Held in at the blue line by Lincoln. Played back down the boards. Sent all the way behind the net. Played back to the point. Shot high and wide. Karen's out to the far side. Another shot. Again, high and wide. Eubanks on the boards. Can't quite get it out. Now it's Meehan behind the net. Plays it over to Elsie. Elsie has it knocked off her stick, back behind the net. Wrapped hard around the boards, held in at the point by Lincoln. Redeflected in front. Sent to the far side. Waddick rides a man into the boards, and it's Powell out to center ice. Sends it up ahead. Elsie now gets it ahead to Fugger. Fugger across the center out. That was a knee. Randall to the dot. Puck's down. Lincoln controls. They'll go across ice, out to neutral ice, and they're free already. That's offsides. Randall into the zone. Battles forward on the far boards. Fugger's shot rolls off the end of his stick. Lincoln collects, sends it up the boards. Troush has it there, bangs it back down. Helps get to the ice. I own Troush. What a sportsman. Elliot Troush now shot. Fisher thinks he's got it. Has to double check behind him just to make sure. We'll get Cooper Smith. Landon Lund over the boards. Lincoln wins the faceoff. They'll run it out to neutral ice. Into the attacking zone. Bad angle shot. Saved by Freihopper. He holds on for a whistle. Puck's down. Controlled by Dubuque. Randall's got it on the far side. That's Cooper Smith. Plays it over to Lund. Lund gets it back to Waddick. Waddick over to Molenkamp. Send up to the middle. Cooper Smith has it there. Ooh, does a nice spin move in the corner, but loses his edge. Goes down hard. That was a kick. Loose puck collected by Cooper at the top of the circles. Plays it to the slot. Dumped into the zone by Lund. Played around the back of the net by Lincoln. They'll play it out the far side. All the way back. Molenkamp has it in his own defensive zone. Reverses field back to the corner. Orr's got it there. Tries to play it through the middle. Taken away by Lincoln from the slot. Shot saved by Freihopper. Clearing attempt made by Waddick. Held in at the blue line by Lincoln. They'll fire it again. Blocked in front by their own man. Powell clears it out. Maddox Mitchell now the other way. Into the attacking zone. Fires a shot. Gloved down by Fisher. He'll hold on for a whistle. 7 minutes left here in the third.
Okay, let's get it.
Randall for the faceoff. Puck's down. Back to Troush at the point. His shot is blocked. Wrapped around behind the net. Lincoln will play it up the near side. Cooper Peary there. Sends it out to center ice. Top of the circle. Shot fired wide. Carries out to the near side. Plays back to the point. Lincoln will try and dump it back in. Works it down to the corner. Spins away from two. Tyler Randall ties him up there. Meehan plays it out. Tipped on the right side of the red line. 2-on-2 the other way. Dubuque tries to trap him in. Lincoln springs the trap. And they're back out to neutralize. Nice back check by Troush. He'll carry it up to the blue line. Big shot. Controlled by Lincoln on the far boards. Randall gets into him there. Pins it along the wall. Lincoln now throws it out to the near side. Honors Hill back to get it. Long cross-ice pass up to Elliott again. Fires it from the top of the circles. Fisher holds on for a whistle. 5:32 left in the first period. Michael Poles freed from his 10-minute penalty.
On a swap like a sauce in a watch. I don't want to change because I'm good around Matt. My tie, so I'm always good around Matt. Rick Jr., Jazz, Baby J. Tell them what I got for my money.
Puck down, controlled by Lincoln. Played back to the D. Wrapped around to the near side. Lincoln will throw it back to the point. Owen Troush holds it in, throws it towards the net. Bouncing puck, controlled by Fisher. Lincoln will try it again to the near side. They get it around Troush. Michael Poles back to get it. Kicked away from him. Cooper Smith now wheels it back up the boards. Gets it ahead. Poles leads the attack into the zone. Off to Honors. Goal! Honors Hill ties the game up at 2. Beautiful feed from Michael Poles. Just like that, the Saints have crawled their way back into this game. Tied 2-2. 5 minutes left in the third period. Shots on goal favor Lincoln, 26-22.
Goal for your Dubuque Saints at 5:01 left in the third. Number 21.
Puck down, Randall wins it back to Waddick.
Assisted by number 4, Mike Paul.
Waddick makes a great fake pass. Now he'll play it over to Molenkamp. Back to Waddick. Waddick off the boards ahead to Randall. He'll send it in the zone. That was on the far boards. Waddick's got it pinned there. Worked forward by Randall. Chips it into the corner. Randall puts his man into the wall. Played back behind the net. They'll come out the far side. Played ahead, just inside the zone. Knocked down by the Saints. We got a headband up to Elliott Troush. Recovers in time to stop before going headfirst into the wall. Making it the other way. Forces it down to the corner. Kicked out. Randall's got it. Plays it off the wall. Gets it over to Poles. Poles spins and fires it up. Molenkamp and Fugger. 2-on-1 the other way. Shot off the shaft. Had a beeline for the top corner, but Fisher made a nice save. Lincoln now from their own defensive zone. They've got a little complacent. They haven't really turned it on since the first half, or first period. That's offsides. Lincoln coaching having a bit of a disagreement with the ref. That always works out well for them. Personally, I hope he's the middle for the varsity game and really ticks them off. Played to the far side. Cooper Smith hard into the boards. Played out to center ice. Into the attacking zone it comes. Dubuque shot. Fired wide. Poles has it in the corner. Plays it back behind the net. Wrapped around to the far side. Lincoln will try and bring it out. Out to center ice. All kinds of struggles getting it down the ice. Love down there by Dubuque. Now taken into the zone by Lincoln. Battled in the corner. Lincoln works it behind the net. Tries to throw it back to the point. Bounces off a stick there. Pole sends it out to center ice. Lincoln wraps it around to the far side. Can't be taken off the boards by Dubuque, and Lincoln goes the other way. Lincoln now into the attacking zone. Tries to get around Anders. Plays it to the corner. Anders rides him off behind the net. Played out to the hash. Sent through the middle. Blocked down by Carter Molenkamp. And it's Troush the other way. Still held into the zone. Randall takes a big hit. Lincoln back the other way through center ice. Into the attacking zone. Bladed off by Freihoffer. Troush behind the net. 1:48 left in the third period. Lincoln with a big shot, fired wide. Comes out to the far side. Again, Lincoln shoots it, popped up into the slot. Big hit there by Cooper Smith. That's not Cooper Smith, that's Tyler Randall. 5 and 6 look a lot alike. Lincoln from the point. Oh, fired it high off the net, wrapped around behind. Huger now back behind the net, tries to wrap it around. Held in at the point. 1 minute left to play in the period. Blocked, kicked out in front. No, loose puck. Cleared the length. That'll be icing. 58 seconds left in the third period. Both teams still have their timeouts. No one wants to give the other one the advantage by letting their key players rest. So 58 seconds left here in the third. Puck's down. Anders has it in the corner. He'll play it high into the air. Gets out to neutral ice. Saints take it away. Michael Poles now into the zone. Kick back out to neutral ice. Anders has it there. Hard off the glass. Everyone tagged up. Into the corner it goes. Michael Poles can't quite get it to land in line. Lincoln the other way, 2-on-2. Lund gets it ahead to Poles. Poles into the zone, drives it wide. Shot deflected. Slow roller towards the goalie. Taken away temporarily by the Saints. Now Lincoln the other way. Knocked off a stick there. Down to the slot goal. With just 9 seconds left. Lincoln caught a tired line out there. Couldn't keep up. Got a leaky goal through the middle. So just 9 seconds left. Shots on goal favor Lincoln, 29-22. Saints are content to leave Freihoffer in there. Puck's down. 1 by Dubuque. Lincoln bombs it in. Controlled at center ice. That'll do it. That's a final here from Dubuque, 3-2 in favor of the visiting Lincoln Stars as they sweep the JV contest this weekend. Well, varsity up here in about 30 minutes. Williams' uncle.